evening, my good peoples. Time to do BITO, YBIT, and Bitcoin. So Bitcoin was down a little bit today, or more in the after hours since it trades 24 hours. I think it was okay during the trading day. So what did we have go on? So we had a 0.57%. Not much, right? Went from 28.11 to 28.27. Now we have a new $30 call that we put on because people bought into the fund. So we were stuck on 425 for a while here, and then all of these, all of a sudden we jumped up 100,000 shares, which is 23 something percent, right? So a big move up. 100,000 shares isn't that much, except for the fact you know it's 23% of what you had. So it's a big move for the fund, and people can see this thing is collecting money and moving up from my self-reporting. And Bitcoin looks like at this 69.70 range, it's ready at some point to strike 74, the all-time high. Now again, this could take its time to consolidate here. My gut says to me, worst case, worst case, and this is after the fact of NVIDIA having really good earnings. I think there's still a very good chance that the Fed cuts. That's probably not popular opinion, but I have a feeling that they're going to cut on the 12th. The next FOMC is 11 and 12. So by looking at gold, looking at Bitcoin, they're both coiling a lot for a breakout. Now the breakout could happen before the Fed could cut on 11 and 12, but some of the models that I'm working with have it around that time frame. So it's either some geopolitical event that creates fear, and hence the fear on, fear off, right, kind of a trade. So my gut says we're going to move in Bitcoin, we're going to move in gold. It could be second week of June, it could be the Fed cutting, which is the easiest one. It could be some other geopolitical event, but let's see if that happens. It's coiling, the charts are indicating it's due for a further breakout. So anyway, I won't belabor that. What did we do in YBIT? We moved up 1.13. So whenever you're kind of moving around like that, we're somewhat capped. It's not a lot of money. We sold the calls for 40 cents 3 or 4 last Friday, and we're only at 28.27. So we'd have to give back, not quite 3/4. At 28.30, we'd be giving 3/4 of the 126,000 that we collected back. So that's not so bad because we're creeping up, right? I mean, we've been 28.47, 28.11, 28.27, but look, it was just, a little over a week ago that we were 24.98. So this thing is 26s, 27s, 28s, consolidating. Let's hope we're right around 28, 28.05 for the close, and we get to keep most of that money. Clearly on these 630 at $30, it's not a lot of money. That's the problem, right? The volume is down compared to the bulk. But we collected 8,820 today. Where we got good money was on the synthetic. And why do we do these trades? Because we got cash coming in, right? We were able to do that. So let's go look at the synthetic. You guys are going to love where this fund is going right now. It's one of those things where it's still got a 3.2 million paper loss out there, meaning if they had to close it out, they would lose money because it's way under the 36. But by writing these calls, right? So these synthetics, basically they're buying these really cheap calls because they're $36, right? And they have till June 21. But when they sell the put, they get big money, right? So we got 3 million. We collected 2.9 million in our piggy bank. Then we did 630 more. So we collected 400, almost 470, 469,000, right? So that money counts as money we collected in our piggy bank. This is sort of like a liability to be settled, right? So I'll make this quick. Well, I'll go to holdings first and then I'll do payments and then we'll be done. So we closed at 2056. Fair value says we should be worth 2055. So those are in sync. And we actually came down because remember, this is a 28 expiration. And if we were to expire right now, they're showing it worth 61.5, right? Well, technically, it would only be worth 27.5, right? Because, or 27, because that's what we wrote this at 28, right? So we wrote a call at 28, collected 40 cents, and we're at 28.27. So if we close at that, we only have to buy back. So right now they're showing a value of 61, but there's still time premium, right? So we're looking pretty good. This other call, right, we wrote it at 14 cents, and it's pulled back, and it's only worth 8. So we've collected 42% of the 8,800 that we collected. Because it's a 30 call, right, with 2 trading days. Are you kidding me? I mean, if BITO and Bitcoin just flew up to 74 or 75, yeah, it's probably going to be behind, but we would make so much money in the synthetic, right? But we don't really want to get hurt. So the perfect world, we stick around 28 in BITO, 28 and a half, a little less, and then we blow up next week or the week after. So here, and so if I look at the weeklies, that's just a reminder, right? So we're 6.12 out of the money with 2 trading days to go, and we're slightly ahead of this one at 28.27. But we added a second strike, right? So I was really concerned that this is too tight. But at least we took the money and added a strike that's out much further. Okay, so here's where you guys care about. So by adding the shares, our loss per share and the short call, right, isn't as bad, but it also reduced. But look at this, $7.97, right? They like to use this to pay, but they definitely will go over here. So again, I'm thinking this is a 2 plus. It could be a $3 payout. Just hard to say, but for a fund that's trading at 20 bucks to pop right out and get $2, again, it's a crypto, but it's taken a while of working its way through this. So if we break out and run further, and it happens early in the week or late in the week where, you know, with a 36 synthetic, we're really primed where we could run, right? So that's a nice position to be in, even if we lose some on the weeklies. Okay, guys, that's what I got. Gotta get going. So again, Bruce signing out. This is BITO. This is YBIT. Looking good for a nice payment. I think this fund is going to perform as long as the underlying, which really is BTC, but it's a proxy through BITO, which is BTC futures on the COMEX. Just a reminder, I know a lot of you know that. Again, this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Always check with your financial advisor before making financial decisions. This is for fun and education and entertainment only. Okay, see you guys. Bye.